Trinidad's licensing procedure for medical marijuana could soon change. New information this morning. Initially, the city had plans to approve 5 medical marijuana licenses through a random lottery process. But our partners at the Pueblo Chieftain reports the new procedure would allow any potential medical shop, if the owner successfully gets a conditional use permit application, as well as city and state permits. The City Council will consider the change at a meeting on Tuesday. The city has received 15 permit applications from proposed medical marijuana shops. A mother growing marijuana at home to treat her child's cancer is worried a new Colorado bill would ban her from doing so. The state Senate introduced the bill on Tuesday, trying to define what's called a drug-endangered child. It's all part of the Colorado Children's Code, hoping to stop child abuse. KRDO News Channel 13's Olivia Wilmson explains the bill and the controversy it's already causing.
These are going to be watermelon cupcakes that are infused with marijuana.
Sierra Riddle started growing marijuana in her home a couple weeks ago. She uses the magical butter machine.
1 hour oil, 2 hours butter.
Her 4-year-old son, Landon, takes cannabis oil for his leukemia. He's been in remission for more than a year.
It makes me nervous, this bill.
If a child is exposed to or is in a home where controlled substances are manufactured, used, distributed, those kinds of things, it would be considered a could be considered as a child abuse.
The bill says whether drugs are legal or illegal, children could be harmed. But in Riddle's situation,
all I'm doing is just growing a simple plant, trying to help cut costs of how much his cancer treatments are for our family. And now that we have it, I could be charged with child abuse or neglect.
I think it has some merit. I just want to make sure that we properly implement it.
But Senator Bernie Herpin points out the bill still has some kinks to be worked out.
Hopefully some of those things would be cleared up in testimony.
When you get into the manufacturing, then yes, I think something does need to be clear. We are not on the DAPS side of things at all.
We've seen people making hash oil known as dabs go terribly wrong time and time again. Riddle knows that needs to be regulated as part of the bill, but
I think that it needs to be regulated in such a way that it's regulated for the benefit of the patients, not for the benefit of everybody else's wanting to feel safe.
In Colorado Springs, Olivia Wilmson, KRDO News Channel 13.
The bill will first go to the Senate Judiciary. Riddle says she and other cannabis supporters hope to speak their minds to the senators. The continuing conflict with legalized marijuana in America is that the federal government still considers it an illegal drug. But that could soon be changing. We first told you yesterday on Good Morning Colorado that U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder says he's now open to talking with Congress about taking marijuana off the list of most dangerous drugs. Now, removing the drug from that list would downgrade it in comparison with other drugs like cocaine and heroin. Most people we spoke with locally say it's time to take marijuana off that list.
I know it'll happen. I just don't know how soon. It could be weeks, months, years, but I know it's going to happen.
I'm actually somewhat surprised and happy to see it happen. Hopefully it's sincere on the part of the Attorney General and working with Congress or the DEA.
Wiley says the Attorney General or the President could decide on their own to downgrade marijuana, but he says that probably won't happen. Recent congressional hearings and pending legislation haven't resolved the issue. A Pueblo jury has yet to decide the fate of a woman accused of animal cruelty. Looking ahead this morning, they'll pick up those deliberations again tomorrow. 57-year-old Valerie Harris faces 7 counts of aggravated animal cruelty. Harris was arrested in January and February of 2012 when animal control officers found the bodies of 6 horses and a mule on her property. Our partners at the Pueblo Chieftain reports the jury spent 5 hours deliberating on Friday. Following a week-long delay, the murder trial of former Olympian Oscar Pistorius continues tomorrow. The case took several days off because a court official got sick. Pistorius was expected to be witness number 22, but that's now unlikely to be the case. His defense will not call him first, but instead a pathologist. Pistorius is charged with murder in the shooting death of his girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp. He claims he believed he was shooting an intruder in his home on Valentine's Day of last year, and that Steenkamp's death was a terrible and tragic mistake. And now a Target 13 alert for you this morning. Creepy crawlers are forcing Mazda to recall 42,000 vehicles. The automaker says spiders have built webs in a vent hose, and that causes the fuel tank to crack. Now that can lead to an increased risk of fire. The recall affects 2010 to 2012 Mazda 6 vehicles equipped with 2.5-liter engines. Mazda says it will notify owners and dealers will fix the problem at no charge. This is the second time in 3 years Mazda has issued a recall because of spiders. With so much attention focused on General Motors over its recalls, we're looking into all of those other recalled cars of all makes and models that are sitting on used car lots across the country. The problem is buyers would never know. ABC's Gio Benitez went undercover.